morning everyone. We are off to one of my commercial jobs today. The builders have just finished the paint, well not finished actually, they're basically doing the tape jointing. It's not been plastered, so the ceilings and walls have had a coat, they've had some more filler and they've got another coat to go on, but it's been planned for this. It's Saturday today, it's been planned for today. I'm going to get the lights up, at least get the bases up and the Dado trunking on the wall, ready for wiring. So I am on their way there. They'll have to paint around it basically. They're happy with that. I've got no choice really, because I work on my own most of the time. I've got another guy coming in. He's a second-year apprentice. It's a friend I know. He's very good. He's coming in with me today, and he's going to give me a hand. He's going to give me a hand put them all up, because it's a lot of two-handed stuff really. Especially the lights. The lights are, they're only 4 foot, so they're not massive. They're not heavy, but generally when they're nice and light like that, I've put a couple of these up before. When you hold it in the centre, you mark one end, you sort of stretch it to mark one end, and then just when you go to mark the other end, it moves, because it's so light. It sort of works against you really, being so light. But so just for ease really, and obviously Dado trunking is easier, 2 of you. I have done it on my own, obviously it's a bit of a pain, but yeah, it's easy with 2 of you. So he's coming today, he's going to give us a hand, we're going to get it all up, and then in the week I'm going to start the wiring. On this job we are, should I say I am, because at the moment I'm on my own, I am, on this job I am putting, doing the data, power, lighting, the distribution, I'm doing the access control, fire alarm and CCTV. So we've got quite a lot going on in this office. They're looking to move in about, or putting a carpet down about 3 weeks time, so or actually less than that, 2.5 weeks. So I've got a lot of work to do, hence why I've got someone coming in today to get the base up, and then we can then I can crack on with the wiring, and the painters can still, they've got a couple of days left and they can paint. If it gets on the Dado, it's not a problem because the lid will cover it anyway. Yeah, so we'll I'll show you when we get there what fittings we're using and the Dado, and some reasons behind it, and I'll time lapse putting it up so you can see it obviously, and not fall asleep while watching this video. So this is the office that we're putting some surface lights. Got 2 rows, one that way, one that way. The fittings we're using are the, whatever you want to pronounce it, Deluxe 48 watt surface modular fittings. I think they're made by Fusion as well. I think it's part of the same company. But these are the fittings. They come with terminals in the centre. So you've got like a cap on the middle. You peel off the cap, the terminal, and then your fixing points are at both ends, plus you've got terminals at this end as well. So you got 2 fixings, terminals, and then your two fixings there. And these are 4K. Yeah, we'll just stick up the laser, just laser down there, and then we're gonna mount them up. These ones are 4 foots, and we've got a couple of 5 foots to go in this office. up now before we start the Dado and the walls. Okay, so we've now got all the fittings up in this room, as you can see. There is a couple of issues, but it's the old, this is a flat roof, so they've put new plasterboard onto the old joists, so it's obviously not fully level. As you can see, there's on some of them there's a gap, but there's not a lot we can do about that. So do these ones in here now. Okay, so that's all the fittings put up on the ceiling. That's with them fitted. Basically, if anyone's interested in these fittings, the end caps remove and it exposes the fixing holes. I think the driver's on this end, and you've got 2 points to terminate it. You've got one in the middle, and you've got one on this end. So there's just a little plastic cover that goes over that, so the diffuser doesn't come down at all. Which you just noticed. There's a scratch on that. We'll check that when it goes on. Yeah, so they're quite easy to fit. A little bit fiddly. The end caps have got a couple of screws, little rubber bungs, a couple of screws on the end. And then they come out. So there's 4 fixing points, and then you terminate. They don't come in an emergency version. So in this office, I'm going to fit the 3-watt recessed downlights. So I've wired off of the fitting. So 3 cord going to each of them, just in case gives me options to put emergency lights wherever I like. And then future switching, if they want to put switches in, but it's PIR at the moment. Apart from this room is switched. So yeah, I've just come off of that with a T&E, and I'm going to cut a recessed downlight 3-watt emergency in the ceiling now, which is pretty much what I'm going to do out here. So I've got PIRs in the centre, and I'm going to put an emergency light here. I'm going to put one down the end, and I'm putting one just there, as you see, just so it covers the staircase as well. And there is a light going at the bottom of the stairs, but that's later on. So it's one. So we're going to have 3 emergency lights in here. So yeah, but yeah, if you're interested in these fittings at all, or want to find out a bit more, they are Dano's Deluxe, but they are fusion modular linear fittings. I'll leave a link in the comments for them if anyone's interested. But these ones come from City Electrical Factors. So you can go on their website and have a look for them. They come in all different the colours, the output. So these ones are 4K temperature. They do a 5K and a 3K. So yeah, 4K, and they do a tricolour version. So you can select which colour you want. I originally tried one of those, but the problem with that is that they are colour selectable by the light switch. So you switch the switch off and back on and it changes colour, and I think it's the most annoying thing, because if someone goes out of the office and forgets something, goes back in, switches it back on, it will change colour, and then they'll be confused, why has it done that, and then they won't know how to change it. So I think it's just going to cause more issues than it's worth being the tricolour. If it was selectable inside the fitting, perfect, would have been perfect. I would have, you know, they could have changed it if they wanted something different or a bit warmer or so. But anyway, I've tried the 4Ks, they're quite nice fittings. So these ones are specific 4Ks, no colour, no tricolour, nothing. So oh yeah, lovely and straight, all lasered, lovely, and the walls are quite straight and all. So apart from some of the ceilings are a little bit dipped. I was thinking about putting a screw in the middle just to pull it up a bit, but it says in there, do not drill PCB inside. So I don't think we'll be screwing in the middle. But yeah, no, it's going alright. So I've got Lewis now, who's just going to get some Dado trunking up here. So we're going to start running Dado all the way down, apart from the stair bit, and then Dado all the way down there and into here. Two different heights though. Obviously, because you've got the windows, we are going, they want the Dado below the desk on this side, and on the right side here, we've got radiators going in. So the Dado is going to be above the desk on this side. So a little bit different. And we've got extra compartment Dado as well. So this has got the normal 3 compartment, plus we've got an additional click-in compartment, which is for power as well. So they want quite a lot of sockets. So rather than having, you know, I think they've got 4 double sockets per desk, plus data telephone, and 2 desks are put together. So rather than having it being like over 2 meters long, 8 sockets, so I've got an additional clip-in compartment which should go below it. So you've got 2, so essentially it's a 4 compartment. So I can double up the sockets above and below. But yes, this is really good trunking as well. I've used several different makes, you know, ones with lid is hard to get back off or hard to smack on, it cracks and all kinds of things, but this one seems to be the best that I've ever used, and it's very consistent in its quality. So we're going to use that, and yeah, so we're just getting them up here now, and we're going to start getting fixing. These walls are dot and dabbed, so as you can see here, we've got a gap. So I've got 3-inch screws. I was plasterboard fixing it, but I think the issue I'm going to have in places, it might not be so far off the wall and it could blow it, and so I think we're going to drill right through into the wall and use 3-inch screws and just do it that way. And I know that it's not going to come off then, or a decent fixing. So yeah, and then next week start wiring it. But cool, right, we're going to crack on, help Lewis get the Dado up. It sounds like he might be struggling, so, and then yeah, crack on. Okay, so just lasered down this wall. As you can see, the laser starts there on the windowsill there. And as you come down here, it's slightly out from that windowsill, and it gets worse and worse as you go down. So we're about, by the time it starts here and gets down there, it's a 50mm difference, which is quite a lot, you know, that's enough to hit a desk. So we're not going to level it, we're not going to put a laser level down, because it will, obviously it will be level, but nothing in his level. The building is pretty old, so it's obviously moved over the years. So the best thing to do is, I mean, the skirting boards have been sat onto the floorboards all the way round. So we're going to measure off the skirting board, so which is sitting on the floor. So wherever the desks go, the Dado will be the same height, and it's not gonna foul on any desks or anything as we go when they put them in. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to just measure off here. This one's actually they're going to be below the desks. The thing is, that is going to be like there. Now, a lot of you are probably, there's the Dado boiler. A lot of you are going to be thinking, well, why don't you do skirting trunking? That was suggested to have skirting trunking, but they didn't want skirting trunking. Don't ask me why. They just don't want it. because you're almost at skirting level anyway. So especially this side. I mean, the one on this side is going to be above. Obviously skirting wouldn't be an option here because you've got the radiators, so you've got the pipes coming through, so that's not an option. So, you know, I can sort of see some of the sense in it, but anyway, they want it below the desk, so it should still look okay, as long as we get it below the desk. So it's going to be about 20-30 mil below the desk, and then they'll measure around 700 to 720 desk heights, so it'll sit just below that. Yeah, so it should be right. Obviously it'll be a bit weird in one way. You're going to see it lower this side and higher that side, but you know, it's what they want. It's what they've got to deal with. The windows are obviously play a part in this as well. So yeah, right. So Lewis is just finishing bringing the rest of the Dado, but as you'll see when we go along, this is this Dado's made by Marco. There's Marco there. But same again, I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to view it for yourself. So that's your standard 3 compartment, and then to add an additional compartment, it's basically this. It clips in, so it's a bit hard to do it one-handed. There we go. So it just clips on, little edge there, which clips onto the bottom of that, giving you, as you can see there, it gives you an extra sort of socket compartment, and then you've still got you can use them for your low voltage if need be. Yeah, so should be good. Let's crack on. Okay, so all the Dado's now mounted. As you can see, we've stopped at the staircase, continued it on this end. It's all done. We have an issue with some fixings. I mean, it's a dot and dab wall, so we've been using sort of 3-inch fixings, but we've had a few issues where the plaster in the existing wall's gone and can't get fixings, but we've got quite a few in there now. There's still some we need to get in the bottom compartment, which I'm going to do that next week. Sort of run out of time now, so that's because that just clips on there. So that's all ready to put a few more fixings in, but the bulk of it's up now. So all the fittings are up. The Dado base is up, so it's lower this side. But yeah, it's lower this side, so it goes below the desk. Higher this side, it's above the desk because you've got radiators. Yeah, so it's all ready for a few more fixings, and then we're going to be putting. Obviously, we've got CCTV, which is sort of temporarily run to there at the moment, but it's going to be done properly on now. Probably mounted on the wall. And then all the fuse boards down here. The mains, I'm going to put a bit of trunking, probably 50mm, 100 by 50 trunking up 2 compartment, and bring the data up into here with the power, and then that will run through down to there, I can go under the floor, the joists run that way, so I can go under the floor to this side, a bit more trunking on that corner, and then I can run through that way and all the way down now. Power wise, I'm going to be wiring some of the sockets from a fuse board which is just down below there, rather than running it all the way up there, across, up, round, all the way round, down, across, under there, and it's just too much. It's unnecessary. So there is a fuse board which I'm going to fit down below a new one, CP fuse box, and I'm going to RCBO. So I'm probably going to do this half of the office, to be honest, all that, and probably several up to about here from that board, and I'm going to put circuit references on all the sockets and stuff, so I know where it's isolated from. But I'm wiring radials. I'm not doing any ring mains. So every person's desk, every 2 desks, so they want 4 double sockets per desk. There's like a 2 butted up to each other here, and then all the way up there. So it'll be 8 sockets on 1 radial. But the radial, so literally you can have 2 towers, 2 monitors. There's an a USB socket on each. So you might get speakers or something like that. Plug in something else to charge. But other than that, you don't really have much on it. So we're going to have 20 amp radials, which is more than enough, all the way down into the office as well, which obviously is going to be on the fuse board, which is down there. That's going to be a 3-phase board, that end. That side is a single phase board. But it makes sense not to run it all the way around, it just seems silly. So, and then some radials here is going to be printers and some more desks, and so we've got probably about 30 odd data points as well, scattered around. 2 datas per desk, so you get 1 for internet, 1 for telephone, which is VoIP. So they've got an IT guy that's going to do all the patching, but I'm doing point to point, so I'll wire from here, second fix the RJ45 and in the patch panel. I'm going to put the cabinet up, put the patch in, connect it up, test it, this point to point, make sure that's all okay, and then their IT guy will come in and connect the telephone line, put the switch in, and port all what he needs to port for telephones and internet for the data for the computers and printers, and that's their end. That's not our job normally. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we made a good start today. So gonna start getting the fittings. I know the decorators are dying for the lights to be put on, so I'll probably work on that first. Finish fixing the Dado, because obviously they've still got paint. But it doesn't matter if you get paint on there because it's not lidded up yet. So carry on second, fix the lights, get the PIRs on, get the emergency lighting in, and then yeah, we'll start wiring. But yeah, hit the bell and you'll get notified when I do upload. In the description below, I'll leave what I've used down now, so you can have a look. The Marco Dado, the Luxury light fittings. Have a look for yourself, see if you like them. Any questions, leave them down in the comments. Other than that, see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.